Some shot of lower Manhattan at 7:36 in the morning. Low cloud cover on a rainy day in New York City. SpaceX planning for 2 separate launches tonight, with its Falcon Heavy rocket expected to launch from Kennedy Space Center just after 8 o'clock. If all goes to plan, just hours later, SpaceX will launch a Falcon 9 rocket from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. This as NASA is preparing for its first moon mission in decades. NBC News correspondent Tom Costello has details.
3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
That rocket roar and cheering coming from South Texas in November.
Stage separation.
Boost bank startup.
Was for a much improved second test of Elon Musk's Starship after the first Starship exploded shortly after liftoff. NASA and America have strapped their dreams to that SpaceX rocket. That next flight will be early next year. Then late in the year, NASA's Artemis astronauts will loop around the moon. In 2022, an Artemis test flight orbited the moon with no crew. That is the spaceship that will take the Artemis II crew around the moon for the first time in more than 50 years. This is a 9-day mission, 250,000 miles just to get there. And this ship is nothing like Apollo that carried Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. It is much more advanced, much more automated. Already, they're training at NASA's Johnson Space Center. Mission Commander Reed Weissman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Cook, and Canadian fighter pilot Jeremy Hansen.
I'm most looking forward to paving the way for the future, back to the moon, onto Mars. The fact that we get to contribute to that, absolutely an honor, the honor of my life.
We are proud to be a part of the Artemis generation. We are the Artemis generation, and we are going back to the moon.
Later this decade, NASA hopes Artemis and Elon Musk's Starship will rendezvous in lunar orbit, then land on the moon's south pole and begin building a lunar base. China wants to land its own astronauts there by 2030. Also in 2024, Boeing is hoping to finally launch its Starliner spaceship with astronauts to the space station. Many years delayed and well behind arch-rival SpaceX. And billionaire entrepreneur Jared Isaacman will command Polaris Dawn, another private mission with 3 others in a SpaceX rocket set to reach the highest Earth orbit ever flown. I caught up with them training in Colorado.
Why do this? Why do we need to go into space?
I mean, there are questions that we've been asking ourselves since like the dawn of civilization, right? That we don't know the answers to.
NBC's Tom Costello reporting on a big year ahead in space. Coming up next.